Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Today we're going to be talking about Captain Obvious and his pseudoscientific nonsense. Let's get into it.
That sac around your heart contains memory and emotion.
But not to the extent that he says.
Your heart is an amazing thing embedded in your chest. It definitely isn't just a blood pump. That sac around it has millions of little neurons doing all kinds of stuff.
But not as much as he's about to tell you. He's trying to give you all this pseudoscience where it's affected, where one person did something.
With your heart. They interact greatly.
So he's trying to boost the heart like it's some fantastic, unbelievable thing, other than the fact that it is, keeping you alive. But he's trying to make it bigger so that he can talk about electromagnetic nonsense.
Your heart contains memory and emotion. They ain't sure why. They're still studying it. It can transplant information. Some people know how to play piano.
One person. And who knows, he might have made it up to be famous.
After having a heart transplant.
One person, not several people, one man.
This is your biologic interface with...
See? So now that he's said, oh, this heart, it does this and it does that. Now he's going to go into his pseudoscience of the biological electromagnetic field that we have.
Your soul.
This is what grifters do. They try and set up the story with nonsense, with a slight bit of truth, and then they say a massive pile of nonsense. There's a lot of pauses here because he's never read all this information before. So he's trying to put in a title so that it will tell him something that he keeps saying, but it's not. And in a minute, you're going to hear him completely lie about the articles in front of you.
Well, I'll be damned. Humans do have a magnet field just like Earth's, don't they?
And anybody who ever went to school has known that for 100 years, that the human has a electro-biofield. Except him. He only found out a couple of years ago. By his own admission, he did not know till he was over 50 that he had a bioelectric field. He said that about himself.
I'm not the only one that sees it.
No, the whole world sees it because it's online. And it's been in textbooks for 50 years.
There's Earth's magnet field and human magnet field. Magnet's a magnet. You're a magnet.
No, you're not a magnet. A magnet is made of metal, neodymium, and a few cobalt and a few other bits and pieces. You are not a magnet.
A brain.
A magnet attracts metal. Human bodies don't attract metal.
Around your magnet. That determines what your magnet's doing with your biology. Imagine that.
Yeah, nobody ever said that before except biological textbooks.
Creator put an interface for your soul.
No, Creator didn't give us an interface for the soul. Jesus is an interface for the soul where we meet Jesus, pass through him and become acceptable to the Father. So this is all pseudoscientific nonsense where he tries to invoke a creator by using examples of Jesus, but then says Jesus doesn't exist and the Bible is a lie. We'll get to that.
In your biology, right where your soul resides, in your biology.
Your soul does not reside in your biology. God breathed life into the man and he became a living soul. So his lack of knowledge about what a soul is and what the Bible says, so he's just relying on his own nonsense, pseudo-scientific nonsense that only him and his followers say.
Pretty smart design.
Yeah, Jesus is awesome.
Maybe it's too smart for some people to understand. I don't know.
It's a bit too smart for this guy.
Now we know there's about 500 people needed to make one Earth shield.
So according to physics, the electromagnetic field of the Earth is at, what's it say? 25 to 65 microteslas, and 500 people can generate 25 to 65 microteslas. He thinks they can put up an imaginary field with their minds, project their electromagnetic field to stop a 20 trillion ton micronova coming at them. And yet, not him nor any of his followers can stop a can of beans hitting their face with their electromagnetic field. Which just shows you what chumps they all are.
500 earthling magnets to equal one Earth magnet. This is what it says. So it's not impossible. We only need 500 people working together to get Shield 2 up.
Did you hear that nonsense? He thinks 500 people could stop things coming from space. Ask yourself this. If 500 people joined hands and I threw a can of beans at the guy at the front, do you reckon it would hit him in the face?
We probably need a little more than 2 shields in a Nova event.
See, he thinks 500 people could stop a Nova event. This is just pseudoscientific idiocy. This isn't even pseudoscience. It's just pure nonsense, pure grift.
We got a few billion people. We need to work on working together, don't we?
But what about the devastations that have hit the Earth before and literally destroyed 90% of everything every single time? You see, he's got no answer for that, unless, of course, we weren't doing it right. But in a minute, he's going to tell you this is part of your biology when there's no evidence of it in the past.
Hallback arrays bending the field using multiple magnets arranged in geometric shapes.
It does not say geometric shapes. And Hallback arrays can be laid in a line or in a circle. So this doesn't say geometric shapes anywhere on it.
We'll take and refocus the magnet into much stronger fields.
No, it doesn't. And it says so on screen. Yes, a Hallback array, he must have put Hollaback, not Hollaback. A Hallback array makes magnets appear stronger. But you see, what a Hallback array does is it focuses the magnetic field only on one side. So you now have 2 fields on one side. So one side is twice as strong as it was a minute ago. But on the other side of the field, there is no field. So it doesn't do anything except redirect it. So he's saying, oh, it's now a stronger magnet. No. It makes magnets appear stronger by arranging magnets in a specific rotating pattern to concentrate the magnetic field on one side. So again, he won't read what's on the screen. He's making it up.
That's how electric motors operate. The magnet field can be multiplied in a Hallback array.
Nope, it concentrates it on one side.
To strengthen Earth's shield.
How does a Hallback array strengthen any shield? Where's he going with this? Do you think people should be left, right, front, back, upside down, left, right, front, back, like a Hallback array? And you think if you arrange people in that, you'll be able to project a magnetic field? More pseudoscientific grifting nonsense.
This is the duty of a human being on the planet.
No, it's not. The duty of every human being is to come to a correct understanding of the Lord Jesus Christ, our Creator.
In a 3-sun system.
Except there aren't 3 suns in the sky, and you, on video, which I put on one of my videos, conveniently shows you saying, conveniently, you can't see them.
We have had nova events in the past. They are evident in the rock. You, steward, need to wake up. It's our time to shine.
Whatever that means.
If we don't start working together, the entire planet is dust.
Again, that's what Jesus says. That's why he's coming to judge everything, because we're not working together.
I can't help but think we got all this information because we're going to need it.
What information? You haven't said any information yet except Hallback array, and then you lied about what it said on screen by saying it becomes much stronger when all a Hallback array does is focus the energy on one side.
So wake the fuck up. Start playing with our magnets a little bit.
Play with your magnet. We'll start waving your hands at bog roll. We're using air pressure. Ha!
Stop being a little fucking push toy.
Again, means nothing.
Dumbest guy in the room over here has an awful lot of examples of...
Yeah, I took one down the other day, one from 3 years ago and one from the other day, and there's no change in his power level of hand waving at tin cans placed on wires. There's no difference. He didn't get any stronger, nothing changed, which shows it's pseudoscience, but we'll get to that. It's in his own articles.
How to do it right.
Another madman who has lost his mind and doesn't like Jesus.
It's pretty telling. You can see,
You know, it's all the music and everything else. They're all vibration things that are going on, which might be masking him tapping the table underneath. Who knows, eh? But this is nonsense, and we're about to find that out.
water moving in the far jug just as strong as it's moving in the second jug. The first jug's really going. That's not air pressure. That is...
No, that's vibration.
That is a magnet field interacting
No, it's not.
there. You saw the fucking water.
This is a new technology that can benefit.
Jiggle in all the bottles.
Could have been caused by anything, especially when grifting.
That was not air pressure. That was fucking magnet field.
Now, that was air pressure against the bottle, which was sat on top of cups so that it would wobble by air pressure while waving your hand at it. That's how air pressure works. It's a fluid dynamic. But you don't know that because you say because of the turbulence behind the earth, there must be a sun there because you don't understand fluid dynamics because you're just a boat driver and a grifter.
Interacting with water. Your water, healer. Be the tool creator made. Stop being a little poodle.
Whatever that means.
Science literally says manipulating matter with the human hands is explored in both mystical traditions and therapeutic touch.
And you see how he read that like it was proof you can manipulate matter with an energy field. It doesn't say that at all. It says manipulating matter with fields from human hands is explored in both mystical traditions. So there's no proof here, and I'll prove it by showing the bottom of his article.
Using energy fields, hands emit weak IR radiation and can create fluid convection and potentially subtle electric EMF fields linked to the QI energy, influencing liquids and potentially affecting biological systems.
Oh, wait a minute. What's underneath? Infrared radiation. Human hands naturally emit infrared radiation, body heat, not EM field, but body heat, which can create temperature differences and drive convection currents in liquid, allowing for manipulation of floating objects or pattern. Body heat, nothing to do with electromagnetism coming from your hands. This is infrared body heat. So don't let him try and spin this any other way. The only thing affecting the water, other than waving your hands and causing air pressure, would be you're causing a temperature difference because your hands emit heat. That said, it's exploring all that. That didn't say it was. But we get to the proof in a minute. Research shows EMF exposure can alter biological process, gene expression, cell function. Oh, isn't that what I said about the Schumann field? But this is typically external exposure, not direct hand manipulation of solid matter. So right there, it says no, not direct hand manipulation of solid matter. This whole article that he's going to bring up shows that our EM field will interact with a copper coil and its magnetic field. It says nothing about moving matter, but he's going to try and pretend it is.
So then all of a sudden
And we'll just read the bottom. In summary, science confirms human hands emit measurable heat and subtle EMFs, which can interact with their environment, particularly fluids. The idea of directly controlling solid matter with energy fields from hands, as seen in psychokinesis or some energy healing, moves beyond current mainstream scientific understanding and lacks robust, repeatable proof, existing more in a spiritual or pseudoscientific realm. So no, these people who do it on video cannot repeat it in a lab because air pressure, and they remove the air pressure, and no one has ever done it. The guy Rand, he put up $1 million if somebody could move something with telekinesis. Nobody ever did it. They all did it on video on YouTube, but when they came to his laboratory, it didn't work anymore. See, repeatable proof proves things, and you just putting up videos with music blaring, waving your hands air pressure at something, doesn't mean you did what you said you did. So all of these are unverifiable experiments that literally always fail in the lab. And it says it right there, existing more in spiritual or pseudoscientific realms.
There's your 4-year PDF security check required. I'm gonna have to go through a security check. There it is.
Yeah, here it is. This is where EMF fields from the hands, which if you're educated like me, you all already knew we had a field. It will interact with copper coils that are giving off an EM field. So if you wave your hands around it, the two fields interact. And the same thing would happen if you put two radios together. They would interact. There is nothing in this article that says human hand fields can move matter. Nothing about that. Let's see what he says.
Manipulation.
Let's see if he points it out when he says it will do that.
Of electromagnetic spectrum via fields projected from human hands. It's a big study that went on. They used machinery and...
Yep, and two EMF fields interacted, which is not surprising, but nobody moved matter.
Monitors to significantly monitor and measure the effect coming from human hands, and it's an in-depth study that proves dumbest guy in the room can move fucking stuff around with his hands.
No. Do you see how he went through that? Because it doesn't say human hand fields can move matter. He skimmed through it like a grifter, told you a load of shit, and then said, oh, and the dumbest guy in the room proved it on video, which I debunked the other day and showed that his powers haven't increased in 3 years, and so it's air pressure, because he's waving his hands at cans hanging from long strings. And the longer the pivot, the longer the arm, the more swing you will always get. And tin cans weigh nothing. So this is more grifting by lying to you while pretending the information on screen says it. Did he show where it said it? No.
And our feet. It doesn't say anything about feet, but honestly, we found out that the feet have a stronger field than the hands.
No, he hasn't. He just said it. And the dude he brought up waved his foot at something that barely moved in a bottle with an open top while moving his foot up and down, which interacts with the air, which acts like a fluid, which means the air in the bottle is going to move due to fluid dynamics.
Which makes...
See how I'm scientific? And he just says, we found out the feet are stronger than the hands. Even if it turns out to, your evidence is a man waving his feet at a can in a bottle.
Makes sense when you want to walk on water, I suppose.
So now he's just referenced Jesus. And he says, Jebus never existed and the Bible is a lie. And don't follow Jebus. So he's quite content to lift what Jesus did and insert it into his shit. So that people go, oh, he's talking about Jesus. He must be something. He's nothing. And he likes to take Jesus, use that by saying he walked on water, but then say absolute horrors about Jebus. So this man doesn't follow Jesus, but he's going to try and insert him into his nonsense.
That's not what I'm after here. The healing Creator can make happen through our magnet projection.
What healer? Who are you talking about? Only Jesus ever healed anybody. Who's your creator? Who's this creator you're talking about, the healing creator? Because it's not Jesus, is it?
is nothing less than amazing. And it's in our design.
It's not in our design, or it would be in history. And it's not.
To do so. You just have to understand you're not, that energy that is helping somebody is not coming from you. It's coming instantaneously from the big magnet creator.
Jesus said to lay your hands on people to heal them with faith. So again, he's stolen what Jesus said, but hates Jesus because he's a grifting narcissist.
Through you. Now, the person you're healing has to also have open field lines.
Oh, so if they don't get healed by your pseudoscientific nonsense, it's their fault because they don't want healing. They're against healing. So do you see how he sets it up so he can never fail? Grifting narcissist, it's your fault because you don't believe. Get.
To accept the energy coming in from the creator.
Oh, really? What creator is that? Are we talking about Jesus here? Because he's the guy who healed people. And all he said was you have to have faith.
So what do? I tell him I know how to do Reiki.
Who doesn't? It means waving your hands over somebody.
A lot of people are familiar with that term.
Yeah, it's called pseudoscience.
What it really is, it's the healing creator designed you to be.
You mean Jesus? Because Jesus is the only person who said, you will heal people in my name. So who's this creator he's talking about? Because he can't say Jesus is Lord and Christ is King. He can't say that because it makes him feel physically sick as a demon. So he makes up a creator. Is it Allah? Because your creator doesn't seem to have a name. You just say creator. So it's not Jesus.
So embrace it.
Embrace who? Who is your creator? Because the Muslims think the creator is Allah. The Jews don't believe in Jesus either. So they're following Moloch. Same as Moloch and Baal. Same as the Muslims. They're following the gods of death, not life, because the God of life is called Jesus.
I just ran through it with you.
Yeah, and then I pointed out where he was lying.
It's not that hard to understand.
No, he's a liar, and he never read what was on screen.
And if you don't, then get your ass to doing your own homework.
Watch all my videos is what that means, and you will discover hours and hours of this kind of nonsense.
Showed you my homework, okay?
We just went through his homework and destroyed all of it.
Homework isn't hard. Go read a book. I wish I could play the soundtrack to this. This is Jonathan over here on Facebook. He's being attacked, of course, by Scientific Lee.
You mentioned his name. I went to his channel, and there was 4 or 5 videos trying to make fun of me. So I just made a video about him having no superpowers and showed 3 years ago video and a video he did the other day and totally debunked his garbage. And I laughed at him. So, no, this guy was attacking me before I even knew it. I went to his channel, but now the grifting narc says Lee's attacking him. Nah, I'm just showing him that he's like you.
It's fucking crazy because he's manipulating matter with his field.
No, he's not. Because that's pseudoscience and mystical things, which means 0 in the real world of science. And if he went to a lab, he wouldn't be able to repeat the experiment because it's air pressure.
Scientifically, he thinks he needs to get over here and bother our friend Jonathan.
Again, more lies. Old dumbest guy in the room was bothering me.
Because he's embracing how amazing he is.
Yeah, he's waving his hands at bog rolling cans.
While he's sitting on the couch putting a nastier stain in it than he had before.
No, I'm here correcting work. As you've seen, I've corrected this video to show that he's a pseudoscientific, lying, grifting narcissist. Cash app.
And one thing I do
like this dumb shit.
love about Lee, he brings out the best in experimentation.
The bottle is open. He's lifting his foot up and down. Fluid will move. So air will go into that bottle and slightly shake that can. This can isn't bouncing around, but he's going to say it was bouncing around.
So now, here's Jonathan waving his foot around with a can inside a bottle. And he gets the can jumping around a little bit.
So the vibration from 1 foot over one knee, the vibration of him bouncing up and down is bouncing the wooden floor.
There. And I was like, that's definitely not wind.
Because it's bouncing his camera. Why would his camera bounce? That's because he's bouncing, literally. So, of course, that vibration will travel through the floor. There's so many things wrong with this absolute garbage, but do you see how much the can is moving?
Pressure, man. It's definitely not.
And now he's lifting his foot as high as he can so it's above the bottle. And this is where fluid dynamics come into operation and air goes in and out of the bottle. It's very simple to explain. Or he's got superpowers, which I proved he didn't the other day and laughed at him.
Wind pressure.
It's wind pressure.
Look at it, it's swinging in there.
Oh, look at it swinging in there. Do you see the exaggerated narcissistic nonsense that's coming out of his mouth?
You can't deny that shit. Well,
it must be moving a millimetre because of the fluid dynamics. But he's like, look at it swinging around in there. In fact, let's just watch that swing back a little more, eh? Tell me how much you see swinging.
It's swinging in there. You can't deny
Look at
that
it.
shit. Well,
You can't deny
unless,
that.
of course, you scientific Timmy over there wanting to.
But I'm scientific Timmy. When a grifter just said, look at it swinging around in there, after he just had a bottle with air pressure going in and out of it because of a moving foot.
They can scream and remain a small, petty little piece of shit.
Better than being a narcissistic, grifting liar for Satan.
Oh, damn. So, hey, God. I missed.
So this post is because dumbest guy in the room said, you said you're the small scroll. That's a physical impossibility. Do you want to change that? Because that shows you up to be like a moron narcissist who's trying to claim to be God. And, well, you'll see my reply. I'll read it out when it comes.
Something here. Oh, shit. Now I got to watch this.
So here we go. He says to me, your words are, I am the small scroll from Revelation. It's on your page for everyone to see. Why are you wanting to change what you clearly typed in? No, I said I am the small scroll, and God opened up a scroll in my head, and then I poured out all these visions and put them on paper, which literally makes me metaphorically the small scroll, because I contain all the information from the small scroll. But he didn't want to know about that. He just said, no, you're like a narcissist who has a God complex. So I put up, well, Eric Briggs claims to be related to Thoth in some way, says he's the great white Hopi in the Hopi prophecy, and he continuously says, oh, don't look at me like I'm the tattooed Messiah, which of course is reverse narcissism, so that no one else ever mentioned he was the tattooed Messiah. He said that himself. And that's called trying to project onto somebody who you think you are. So the dumbest guy in the room pretending I'm the narcissist with a God complex, when I just opened a scroll and explained it. Here is the grifter claiming 3 different things, but apparently no, that's not what it is.
It brings Thoth. Oh, the A negative. Yeah, I'm A negative. It's a great white.
Who's A negative? There's nothing on that page that says anything about A negative.
I definitely don't want to be no prophecy dude. Some people have compared me to a Pohana. Wait a minute.
So, see, now I'm going to tell you what people have said about me, which nobody has. People said I'm the Elijah has come again. In fact, his mate, go see, what's his bloody name? The other guy that's on his channel, even he said, Elijah has come again. I have that on a post somewhere.
That's a dirty name. Said I opened a scroll. Yeah, so I think Lee is trying to be a prophecy dude. Maybe that's his problem with me.
No, I just said I'm the small scroll. And it is part of prophecy. And I explained everything, the visions that came out. I didn't walk around waving my hands at bog roll and pretending I was related to Toff.
Yeah, look at this. See, that's... I didn't realize that's what was going on with Lee.
Yeah, he did. So in 7 years, he's never looked. In 7 years, he's not watched my videos about the small scroll and me saying it, literally on 3/4 of my videos. The lies that these grifters say is just vile.
Yeah, I've watched his shit before. And what's fucked up, he got me on film talking about, go over there and watch him, because John and fucking Kendra had watched him.
Oh, John, yeah, John was there talking with a woman about how I was the next Elijah. Until they stole my work, and now I'm the devil. Haha.
Well, that's fucking homebrew, dude. I told him, and I told everybody on that same video that he cut me out of, I don't like Scientific Lee. He's a fucking dick. He's a fucking dick towards women. And this is before he fucking sold out to Derek Bros.
Which, of course, is another lie. He just says I sold out to Derek Bros. It's just narcissistic grift. You're just a vile piece of turd, mate.
I was telling people he's a dick. He's a dick to women. I don't like him. I don't necessarily like Ken Wheeler either, because he's fucking too smart. He wants to use big words where he doesn't.
Big words. I'm sorry you're so uneducated, because I can watch Ken Wheeler, no problem. And I debunked a pile of his videos, because he also tried to steal the Halo wave.
Have to, but I'd rather fucking somebody use big words where he doesn't have to than fucking listen to lies Scientific Lee put out, because he's...
What lies? He hasn't mentioned any lies. He just says, I'm lying, when I come on here and I expose what a grifter he is.
Changed his channel. Anyway.
Never changed my channel.
Yeah, fuck Lee. He's just mad because Jonathan can move shit around and Lee can't.
Jonathan can't. I just debunked it, like yesterday.
You know, Lee, I don't think you got any fingerprints, bro. Pretty sure you're soulless.
So I'm soulless because I have no fingerprints. So he's literally just called for my death. This man has no soul. He should die. But he just said it in a narcissistic way and went, I don't think you have any fingerprints. So you're soulless. Like I'm going to put my fingerprints online and prove I've got fingerprints. This superstitious, tribal nonsense that narcissists throw out. See, now he's trying to gain popularity by saying I'm soulless, when I've just proven again that he's a lying, narcissistic, grifting, shit-kicking loser when it comes to Jesus. So again, you heard him talk about the Creator. He's never said who the Creator is. And then he steals everything that Jesus said to support his nonsense, while denying the divinity of the Creator, Jesus. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and you should too, because the end is coming quickly.